This is a game between Piotrek, who takes black, and Robin taking white. The game starts with Josekis, and then this pincer. Very interesting choice. Knight's move into the corner, old school, but I think very much understandable in this position. If instead we play the modern variation, white will choose this Joseki because of the proximity of a stone at k4, which gets rid of potential agis after this Joseki. Now when black connects, white doesn't need to push from this side. White can attack from the other side using the supporting stone. So yes, this is an understandable choice. Then white plays on that side. That side is a bit narrow, but of course it puts pressure. The move puts pressure on black's wall, so black answers. Then white continues, somehow trying to build the top side, even though it seemed narrow to me. Finishes in gote, yes. And now I thought that black will simply play here, because this is a very big move. After which, well, black gets a possibility to connect in the future if there is ever a necessity for it. And if white wants to not let black, then white needs to play a Kosumi instead of a jump. After jump, this move still works. And then black might attack white's group. On the other hand, if black does not do it, then white might play like this and build a strong group. However, if black indeed plays this move, then white can jump up, and this means that the top side grows significantly. So black didn't like this scenario. And plays on the border of two areas. Yes, makes sense. Then Hane. And white can simply answer. Black can exchange this. White has also other options, like this one, or this one, like in the game. But black can avoid all this trouble by starting with this tiger's mouth. Then there's not much variation. We can expect such a continuation. Black achieved the strategic goal on the top side and can proceed to the bottom side. But in the game, white counterattacks. Yeah, so how should this go? If black gives up the stone, white is happy with this result. This is good for white. Sometimes we would choose this if we are very much afraid of that variation. This variation looks indeed very scary because white pushes through. It seems that black's position is collapsing, but in fact, this is the correct move. This is the strongest move in the local position, so Piotrek played it well. Then black has a counter to this sequence of white. Black can play here. If white connects, then black gets a lot, and the three stones are still not very weak. I mean, they are weak, but they are also not very important. Black already got the compensation and can still play from them, treating them lightly. So it's too much. White shouldn't give up the corner. White blocks, but then black cuts. White goes here, and then black has a chance to capture the stone. Though if black does, then the other stones might be in a very big danger, so probably we shouldn't do it. And also black says, even if white extends, black will get moves on the outside. So isn't it good for black? Then black continues with this jump. I expected a tiger's mouth, why not? And if white plays here, maybe we can consider taking the ponuki. But yeah, well, we need to consider, we need to answer to the question if we are afraid of white attacking the group on the side. If we are, then all right, maybe we shouldn't try to take center. But like, I am not sure, like, is it scary now? On the other hand, if white does not answer, then for sure tiger's mouth is better, because it has a beautiful continuation, which gives black a base. Black plays like this, white goes out. Natural move. If we just run out, then it's easy for black. But after this move, black gets very naturally a big wall and attacks white's 3 stones. After all, I like the result for black. White gets 4th line territory and the 3 stones are almost dead. It's not worth it. It's better to play like this. There is also another choice, which is double hane. This choice doesn't really exist if we start like that, because then black very happily Ataris goes up, and a better shape is just by playing a simple extension. But right now, it's a different story, because black failed to play this exchange. So black has a much weaker shape. Now it's good for white. Or at least even. And black doesn't have time to play this one now, because then white will simply ignore. Give away the corner, but get such a magnificent ponnuki. This should be good for white. Especially with that Moyo strategy of white so far. So in the game, white tried to split black, but then black countered it very successfully. White doesn't give up on the 3 stones, but in fact, black has a very simple option now. Black can cut the stones off, and white's group is anyway very, very weak, completely weak. So what does white do? Here, white will only be giving points to black by running with this group. So actually, why should black not like this variation? The simplest and simply good. But black tries to attack the group as a whole, but it's playing with fire, because white's 3 stones are cutting stones. Maybe after playing a few exchanges, we will anyway be forced to go back and cut them off. But then probably the exchanges we make in the beginning will be bad for us. This is the general rule. Of course, sometimes there are exceptions. So if we can see a sequence which certainly gives us a profit before we go back to the move we owe to our shape, then it's all right. But if we don't have a clear plan, then better to not play center moves on the outside if we need to go back to fix the inside agi. Black anyway does this way. Here we get another chance, and now I would certainly cut off these stones. Yeah, white can go out, but still white doesn't have life yet. Black can successfully attack white's group. But black continues to try to attack the whole group, even though now it becomes super risky, as white's connection at the same time encloses black's group, so black might be forced to make life to connect this group, and this means that white managed to play the move in center, and can now focus on an attack on the other group of black. For now, however, this is not possible because white has too few liberties. And black would win such a capture grace, having an eye and white having no. So for now, white goes out. And well, we can expect that white will go out and then black will be in time to play this move. So after all, I think that all these exchanges which black made are not really bad. White is still weak, running, and black strengthened the shape on the right side a bit. So all good. However, now white plays this move, trying to be more active, and this is a perfect moment for the Chinese tesuji. What is the Chinese tesuji? It's a move which I learned in China. It's quite embarrassing because I was 6 dan when I went to the training in China, and there were quite a few games in which I missed this tesuji of my opponent. This wedge, very good to know this move, very important move against the table shape. What's the meaning of this move? It's basically a move following the 1-2-3 principle. The principle 1-2-3 is that, well, we can try to cut white's group by playing 1-2-3, but white goes out simply. But then what happens if we go directly to 3? If white goes out, now we can cut like this. And black, I mean white, of course, white is in a deep trouble. We need to be a bit careful, but it seems that white might completely collapse here. Though, a bit risky for black, a bit risky. If we are afraid of that variation, we also usually have other choices, like we can. Actually, this would be the same if we play like this. If we play like this, it's the same. But we can also play, continue from the other side. Yeah, and I think it's more risky for white than for black. If white plays Atari, then white is simply cut. If white plays here, then white is also very simply enclosed. So this wedge instead of pushing and then cutting. But black missed this opportunity. Black played from the outside, white connected, black extends up. And then white finds a very beautiful move, brilliant one. Instead of playing here, white plays this one, trying to cut black in center. And then white can continue with this move, provided that white has enough liberties. Now it's actually needed to enclose white. So this might be already risky for black. So black, it seems that black cannot really play this move, but we would need to read carefully. So other choice is of course to play here, but then white gets a very efficient shape. So black ends up connecting, white connects, and then if black plays here, then again the same problem. Black ends up enclosing white, not even helping the group, enclosing white. So black goes for a kill. If white plays here, then black has enough liberties to capture white. But white attacks in an unexpected spot on the other side. And then what? It seems that black can simply capture white's stone, but then white counters black's move with this one. If black connects, black is cut. If black plays here, black is cut. So black is in a very difficult situation. It would be better to play such a move, an honest move. Now if white tries to do this, there is not much risk for black. White cannot cut black. Still, it might make sense for white because it forces black to go back and it cuts black, yes, and saves 3 stones. But still, white will be the one running. So I think that the game is good for black, rather comfortable for black. Yeah, but in the game, black was too impatient. Very common issue in the games from round 3. In season 26 in IGLO, black is impatient, black tries to kill, and an unexpected counterattack comes. Now what can black do? How to live with the group? Black connects, but it doesn't give chances to make a second eye. If I was black, I would certainly consider playing something like this and maybe hoping for some caw. Though, if we live only in a caw, it's not really good. But if we can get a caw, well, At least there are some chances. Yeah. White might also answer differently, but yeah, I think like this, black is making an I shape. Or maybe here, a similar idea, in fact. I saw AI suggesting a brilliant move here, and double Hane. Of course, this would be a dream for black. This would also be great for black because the ladder works unexpectedly. And if white plays like this and that, then it's less clear. Maybe black needs to continue with the Hane. Yeah, then black should probably be able to achieve a satisfactory result. So a bit difficult still. A lot of reading. Yeah. This connection is very unexpected. Connection in an empty triangle with no I shape. Black's chances to win the game drop significantly. So black failed to make two eyes. Now tries to at least harass white on the outside if white plays here. Well, actually, white can play here as well, but white played this one, in fact. Yeah. If that big group of black dies, then it seems that it's impossible to win. How many points are there? How many stones? 5, 10, 15, 21. So already 42 points. If white is forced to capture these stones to play the moves inside the territory, then here on the top 20, well, at least 23, I would say. It's already 65, maybe here 5, so 70. Maybe up to here it will be 80. Plus a big potential on the left side. So black somehow needs to make 80 points and not let white make use of the potential. And I'm sorry, there is a problem with the group. Oh no. So then it's a very difficult game. Then it's impossible. If there was no problem with this group, then, well, maybe with some nice squeeze, black can still get a good position. But if black needs to go back there, it's too difficult. Anyway, I wanted to comment a little bit because black played this one, trying to squeeze white, but it's a little bit of a similar issue as in Maxim's game, which we reviewed today. When we try to squeeze, but in the end the squeeze doesn't really work. White gets a lot of liberties. We finish up split. It's not good. It's probably better to not try the split, to not try the squeeze to play more indirect moves. After this one, white cannot extend. White needs to play here. Yeah, actually, there might be many other choices, and probably some of them would be better than the game choice. My top idea is to play this attachment, though I am not sure again if the squeeze really works. So it's necessary to read before playing a squeeze. If the squeeze doesn't work, then better to not play it. Black has 4 liberties with the big group. Quite some reading involved, but it might end up similarly as in the game. With black stones being cut off. But then it's not a success for black, and then black still needed to go back to make life with the group, and white continued very maturely, very, very wisely, not going into any fights, just protecting the territory he already has, and then won by a lot of points. So this is it about this game, and we will move to the last one. We will move back to Polish language, actually.